Now tell me this, Kamala Harris. By now, we've seen the Democrats get down and dirty on the debate stage. But what about debating President Trump? You think you could deliver the goods against the commander and cheese puff?
Well, Jimmy, if I do debate President Trump, I'm sure it'll be a competitive face-off where either one of us could end up on top.
Really?
No, I'd wipe the floor with him.
That was Kamala Harris in 2020 during the primary, previewing what actually happened in 2024. Is Kamala Harris actually a psychic? It could be. Now to the main story. As you know, Donald Trump and Kamala Harris debated last night, and it really wasn't a debate as it was a one-sided lashing. Kamala Harris whipped Donald Trump into shape using only her words. And I don't know about you, but I was just ecstatic the whole time. I was nervous for the first 5 minutes, and then I noticed that he looked like shit, she looked awesome, and that she really did prosecute the case, just like she said she would 4 years ago. She did just that. But through all of that excitement and I think an influx of news, we missed a couple of things. And I want to show you these things because I don't think they should be overlooked. One, Donald Trump admitted his allegiances are not with the United States of America. It slipped out. And two, he made a gross sexual innuendo towards Kamala Harris. Here is that gross sexual innuendo. Let's listen.
I want to ask a bigger picture question here tonight. Why do you believe it's appropriate to weigh in on the racial identity of your opponent?
I don't, and I don't care. I don't care what she is. I don't care. You make a big deal out of something, I couldn't care less. Whatever she wants to be is okay with me.
But those were your words, so I'm asking.
I don't know. I mean, all I can say is I read where she was not black, that she put out, and I'll say that. And then I read that she was black, and that's okay. Either one was okay with me. That's up to her. That's up to her.
Vice President Harris, your thoughts on?
So first off, she wasn't choosing if she's black or not. Race isn't something you choose. It is something you're born with, obviously. I'm not telling you anything new, but it's absolutely disgusting and disturbing that this man could be president again and that he is saying this vile racist rhetoric. That's not even what I wanted to point out. Here is what I actually want to point out. Maybe you didn't even hear it. Here it is.
All I can say is I read where she was not black, that she put out.
That she put out. So what that is an allusion to a story that Kamala Harris gave sexual favors in order to advance to where she is today. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. I'm actually glad the media is not focusing on this because it's disgusting and it's disturbing, but you all should know about it because you all have friends and family who support this man. And this probably won't change their minds, but I think it's a good ammunition to hold in your holster because it is absolutely disqualifying that he would make that allusion. It's disqualifying, as should this be. I mean, the whole debate was disqualifying, in my opinion, but this part as well. Now watch this as Donald Trump is asked about January 6th. Listen to the pronouns he chooses to use. It is truly a slip-up. It's truly a slip-up. Listen to this.
Covered. Peacefully and patriotically, I said during my speech, not later on. Peacefully and patriotically. And nobody on the other side was killed. Ashley Babbitt was shot by an out-of-control police officer that should have never, ever shot her. It's a disgrace. But we didn't do this group of people that have been treated so...
Did you hear that? Two things. One, he goes, the other side. No one died on the other side. In other words, he's not on our side. He's not on America's side. He's on the side of the insurrectionists. And he makes that very clear by using the word we instead of they.
Shot her. It's a disgrace. But we didn't do this group of people that...
We didn't do this group of people. He noticed that he messed up. The mask slipped for a second. So he tried to cover up what he said, but He said it. He said we. He sees himself as one with the insurrectionists. Of course. I mean, that's why Donald Trump wants to, I know his campaign team keeps pushing it off because they know it's terrible politics. But that's why he wants to hold an award ceremony for January 6th insurrectionists. This is also why he plays the January 6th prisoners singing the national anthem. They recorded it through a phone in prison, and he plays that at almost every rally. So, yes, last night it was fun. It was exciting because Kamala Harris wiped the floor with him as she said she would 4 years ago. But it's also incredibly scary because this is truly an insurrectionist trying to use the tools of democracy in order to dismantle it. So we have to make sure Kamala Harris gets elected. It is not going to be a landslide election. I'm sorry. I wish I could give you other sort of news, but she will get a bounce in the polls from this. The media has amnesia, and eventually this will become a memory. Remember when Donald Trump had an assassination attempt, and everyone was like, "Well, the election's over. It's cooked." No. So yes, it is good today. It's good Taylor Swift endorsed, but we have to do the work. We have to do the work. And so if you're watching this now, in the next hour and a half, I will be live streaming with someone who will help give us some suggestions on what we can do to make sure that Kamala Harris has all the support she needs when she makes it to the White House. I'll see you then.
I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?